Hey, what's going on? Coaching Success Radio, another future success story coming at you right now. As I build my coaching business, I want to know how to effectively serve clients and make more money doing it. This podcast will pull back the curtain to reveal exactly how successful coaches are building their empires. Join me as I engage with top coaches from all over the world to discover their secrets. No theatrics and no theory, just real life strategy. My name is William Winterton, and this is Coaching Success Radio. All right, so whenever you start your business, you end up starting very much like you're starting a relationship, right? You're all excited, everything seems new and fresh, and nothing can go wrong. And there's so much passion and energy, and we're gonna make a lot of money, and I'm gonna have all this freedom, right? Then the reality of life sets in, and you start realizing there's a lot to do in getting your business started. And it's not always sunshine and roses, and that's why a lot of people end up starting a business and then it fails within the first year. That's sad, it's a statistic, it's real, it's true, and unfortunately that happens to a lot of even the coaches who have a great deal of potential but don't see it through because they get hung up on some of the challenges. Today I have Courtney Mooring, and I'm super excited about her story. She has exploded her business in a very short time, just following her own passion, doing what she's excited about, but being consistent and showing up and pushing herself day in and day out to just try new things, try new ways to reach her audience, way to grow her audience, way to serve her audience, and she has seen some amazing results in just a very short time frame. So I'm super excited about this interview. If you're just getting started, this is perfect for you. If you've been going for a while and you just need a little extra shot of Red Bull adrenaline to start to kick you up a little bit, this is the interview for you. Courtney has some amazing overcoming obstacles. She's working a full-time job. She's doing all the stuff that she's doing with her business and blogging and doing these challenges and Facebook groups and just working nonstop and really living that dream of, I want to make this business successful, but she's not letting any of the obstacles that would typically stop somebody stand in her way. She's going to make it happen no matter what. You're going to love her story. You're going to love her enthusiasm. Courtney Mooring. And welcome back to Coaching Success Radio. William here, and today I am with Courtney Mooring, and she works with women overcoming mindset issues, helping them to achieve their goals. And she is one of our newest in the Future Coaching Success Stories series. Super excited to have a conversation with you today. Courtney, how are you?
I am doing fantastic.
Would you mind giving us a quick snapshot of how you got started in this business?
Absolutely. So again, I am still very new, but I'm really excited about what's unfolding. It started back actually this past January, and I sit down and I start to make all of my list of goals, and it was like the same goals every year. Nothing was really getting done. They were all super vague, and I remember writing down, I want to grow in my faith. And then thinking, what does that even mean? How do I even do that? How do I make that actionable? So I thought, well, one thing I could actually do is maybe do a Bible study online, because I always struggled with going to actual Bible studies, with finding childcare and then just making time, and it was busy. And I thought I could do it on Facebook. That would be easy. That's kind of solving a problem for a lot of moms out there, because my husband, he works in law enforcement. His schedule is crazy. We have a 4-year-old. I have a full-time job on top of that. So I said, let me just try it out. And I thought, okay, well, 3 people will, I'm sure, join. It ended up, within the 2 books I did, over 300 women ended up joining the Bible study and really enjoyed it. And I thought, well, what if I did something more than books? What if I got in, I've got opinions, and I've got things I think could help women, young moms, and just women in general, that I think are really good tips and tools to put in their toolbox, because I was using them too on my development through just, developing myself. So I actually started a blog and thought, hey, again, maybe 3 people from the Bible study will like it. And since May, for just a couple months, we've had over 1,300 followers on the Made to Thrive blog, which has been way past my expectation. And almost every single day, even this morning, I'm getting people who I would have never thought would be reading it, are reading it and telling me that it just really brightens their day, or it's giving them really good tips. And I just light up when I hear things like that. So then I really started seriously thinking about, how could I, have the best of both worlds, where I could do this and be able to make some extra cash on the side, but really just look at serving these women and giving them actionable tools to create this amazing life that I know that they can have. So that's kind of where it started. So I have just a couple weeks ago opened up my business page, and I'm in the middle of doing a clarity goal setting kind of course where I have just 10 women that are in there, and we're just walking through step by step. It's a 3-week course, and I do printables that I send them, and we just work through just getting really clear, because that was the biggest problem when I started asking, what are you struggling with? What can I help with? A lot of it was, I just don't even know what I want anymore. And it's kind of like, well, who were you before the mom? Who were you before the marriage? Who were you when you were at your best? This was my first kind of shot in the dark. I first kind of asked, what do you guys need help with? And again, it was, I need clarity. So I said, well, let me see, how long and how hard is it going to be for me to put a course together? And it really was not nearly as long or as hard as I thought it was going to be. I created the worksheets within a day, and it was things I really do back up and I use myself. And really, I wanted to just test and see, okay, if I give this to all the people on the blog, all the people on my social media, how many are actually reacting? So, what percentage, what ratio am I having of people actually signing up? And then of those women who are actually participating regularly. And that gives me a better idea of how I need to grow my audience and the percentage that are actually going to take part in that. And I think it's also a good place to kind of test, and we do just a live Facebook once a week. So I'll send them a weekly email with their printable, and then once a week we pick a day and a time where we talk about the topic, and then we can kind of just, okay, what questions do you have? And through that, I'm getting more ideas of things I can do in the future, how to better serve different groups, different things that I could possibly make available as far as printables on my website, all of that. So I'm getting a lot of really good information, and I will be doing a follow-up survey after the course is done to get more feedback on those that were involved in the training.
Awesome. Is this a free training that you're offering, or are you charging for it?
Yeah, it's free right now. Yeah,
sure.
I wanted to see what interest I could drum up, and then just see, what kind of value maybe that they would end up putting on that. So that's kind of this is my kind of launch test, training, just to see where it goes.
That's brilliant, and you're getting a lot of great response. And there's really a lot of value in giving them a ton of free tools, and then getting that. You're going to get that testimonial. You're going to get that experience. You're going to know what works and what doesn't work. You're going to kind of start seeing trends about what the women need specifically, and so that's going to help develop your business out very well. So I'm super proud of you. That's fantastic. Just going out and launching it right away. So tell me a little bit about what is it you do then? If you're doing this on the side, what is your actual job? Do you mind?
Yeah, I have been all through different areas. My degree is actual criminal justice and criminology. And so I've been thinking a lot lately, with all the different things that I've done in my life, because right now I'm actually in the corporate side of banking. So I'm like, what do all these things have in common? And it's really helping, and it's really serving others. So when I was a kid, I wanted to be a vet, and then I was like, putting animals down, that's just not going to happen. So I was like, not doing that. I thought, well, it'd be cool to be a police officer or work for the FBI. That would be awesome. So I went and got my degree. I really enjoyed it, but decided it just wasn't a lifelong passion for me. So I kind of messed around a little bit here and there, and ended up in banking, just kind of ground level. But as I've gotten promoted throughout the corporate structure, I now actually love my job, and it's my basic 8 to 5, and I work as a project manager with a big corporation. And I love it because it's kind of a small group within our group, but we help, hundreds of people in different groups on different levels. And I love wearing all the hats. I love helping. I love getting a puzzle and trying to fit it all together. Those are all things that I've always enjoyed, no matter what capacity it was in. It was always to help somebody understand. I've also done training in the past in the corporate industry. I've done auditing, which also includes a lot of training and coaching within that. So looking back on it, I've done this all my life. It's just been in all these different areas and different arenas, and they all kind of wear a different cloak, but it's always been with that theme.
So as much passion as you have, and clearly you have a ton of energy, which is awesome, and it's so cool. That it certainly is something people can feed off of. So what is your goal then, now that you're going to look into the coaching world? Is this something you're looking to just add to your smorgasbord of things that you can do and you have done, or are you looking at this as possibly going in full-time and replacing what you're doing? Are you looking at doing this together? What are your thoughts? Have you even gone that far?
it's been unfolding, and it's been such a short period of time. I've heard from so many, they're like, oh, it was years. And I was like, I feel like I have just like full force thrown myself into it, which I'm notorious for doing. And that's one of my struggles. I think that a lot of times it's true. Your greatest strength is also sometimes can be your greatest weakness, where I go full throttle into things. I've got a lot of energy. I'm super jazzed about it. And it was like, the whole 30, I was like, I'm all in on this diet. And day 15, I was ready to kill someone. So I was like, no, this is not for me. This is not healthy. I'm not doing it anymore. So I get myself in trouble when I try and do it all right now. And I'm very type A. I'm very the Enneagram number 3. I'm the achiever. I do, all of that. So that's just, who I've always been, who I am. But I can get myself in trouble with trying to do too much too fast and get burnt out on it. So I've been trying to pace myself a little bit, and I'm kind of letting the cards fall where they may, and just seeing where it takes me. My main goal is to really be able to give back and offer feedback and help these women. And whether that means maybe the coaching doesn't take off and maybe I just stick with the blog, I'm okay with that. But would I love to wake up tomorrow and be able to, quit a 9-to-5 to be able to do this full time? Absolutely. That would be amazing too if I really found joy in that. So I'm leaving it kind of an open door, just seeing where it takes me. And as long as I keep enjoying it, I'm just going to keep doing what I do.
That's fantastic. This is actually a really intriguing story because it's so clear that you have a drive and a passion for this. And like you said, we tend to get very excited about something, and I'm very much the same way. I get super, super excited. I jump in all full force, and then if it doesn't, like all of a sudden it doesn't excite me or doesn't ignite me anymore, I might a little bit of a shiny object thing, right? Like we're like, oh my gosh, this is so much strength here. So the fact that you've gotten so much momentum going, it's really interesting, and it would be very interesting to see where this plays out for you down the road. Setting this up so quickly and getting so many followers so fast and just blowing this up, have you noticed any challenges that have come from that you've had to kind of work through?
I have had to face a lot of fears around, basically my new motto is done is better than perfect, because there's always that fear of what if I run out of content? What if I just decide I just don't want to do it anymore and all these people are disappointed? So there's been a lot of fears, a lot of it based around other people. What are people going to think of me? Are they going to think I can't get my job done because I'm doing this other stuff, which is not the case. They're two completely separate arenas. But am I going to get super burned out? Is it going to affect, my time with my family? So there are just so many, ifs, ands, and buts. I just have to remember to take a breath. Remember that I'm in the moment. And like I said, as long as I'm still enjoying it. And the thing is, the moment that I think I'm out of ideas, it literally comes to me like out of nowhere. So I know that this is what I'm meant to do. I know that this reaction has been for a reason, that so many people have been interested. And it just never ceases to amaze me when I run into our pediatrician at the grocery store and she stops me and says, oh my gosh, I read your article last week. It was great. And I'm like doing all of my grocery shopping now, and I'm doing, sometimes I'll put recipes up there. It's sort of a mixed bag on the blog of what I do, just because those are all things that I'm interested in, people ask me about. So I'm really trying to serve, what is really out there, what's happening now and in my life and what that looks like. So that looks like a busy mom who's trying to figure out dinner and then get the dog to the vet and then everything else on my list of to-dos and then still maintain a positive attitude. And I know it's a struggle. It is a struggle. But if I can do it, I know anybody else can. And still have time for yourself and still build that in to really achieve goals. Because, how many times do we put things on the back burner? Especially as a mom, even if we're told we don't have to do that. My husband helps a ton, but it still is an internal struggle, I think, with a lot of moms that, we have to do it all. And we don't have to do it all. So just bringing that down is also, and it's great because the ladies that I'm helping actually in the class right now, they come from all walks of life. And I was joking, one's actually living in Nairobi right now. So I was like, I'm global. Like,
yeah.
Joking with everybody. I was like, this is amazing. But there's people going through relationship issues or, being a single mom or dealing with money. there's just all these different facets that I'm helping with that I love it. I love seeing the changes, people dealing with anxiety, job shifts, career changes. And I love just diving in and being that support system for somebody who's maybe not hearing it anywhere else.
So what specifically, okay, so you've mentioned a whole bunch of stuff. You've mentioned anxiety, you've mentioned the diet stuff, the financial stuff, the busyness, all that thing. So what do you feel like, sometimes when you're doing all this, I know this is so new to you, but do you feel like you're reaching out to a very wide audience and that there's something very specific? Because you mentioned early on the Bible study, you mentioned obviously the busy mom stuff, the blog stuff. Is there something that of those that you feel most drawn to, like that's your best like superpower that you would really love to spend if you're going to focus in on one of those? Is there something that calls you, or are you just so open and broad that it's like whatever they need, I'll take it?
Right now, I'm helping with as much as I can. I think that I speak most to the women that are just struggling to find their voice again in the chaos of life. The women that are just completely bogged down by expectations. Being able to, really feel okay with wanting something for yourself again. And really that could take, like I said, it takes a lot of different forms for a lot of different women. But just, like I said, becoming clear on the goals. That was the most question thing that I had on Facebook is I just don't even know. I don't even know where to get started. And then I get my goals and I don't know how to achieve them. So right now, I'm just helping anywhere that I can, but I'm not against the idea of niching down to something that's much more specific. So again, I feel like, I speak most to busy moms.
Awesome. That's cool. And I think there's a lot of busy moms who watch and listen to this. So I know everybody's kind of dying to know now how they can, where your blog is, where they can find it. So we'll throw that information in the show notes. But if you want to tell a little bit about that, of where, kind of, your information, where you're at.
Absolutely. I am on Facebook, just my name, Courtney Mooring. You can find my page. And then also you can find my blog, and it's actually located within my website. So that is a free source that's out there. So you can find it one of two ways. I have two different domains for it. So you can do it at madetothrive.blog. Or you can also go to CourtneyMooringCoaching.com. So both will bring you there. You'll see my homepage. You can click on the blog, and everything is there for everybody. And also there's more coaching information on there. And then you can also find my groups on Facebook that are also connected to my site. So you can find the Made to Thrive blog on Facebook, and then that's its own page. And then also Courtney Mooring, Mindset and Success Coaching, also has a business page on Facebook. But I'm also on Instagram. Just search my name. I also have a YouTube channel. You can just search my name. So I'm all over the place. Just, any platform that will listen to me, I've got things to say.
So there's no excuse for somebody not to find you at this point, is what you're saying.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Just search my name. Just take your pick. Whichever platform you like, I'll show up.
Courtney, it has been a pleasure meeting with you and talking with you, and I am just super excited to hear about where things take you in the future.
All right. Thank you so much. I so appreciate your time.
Wow, that was awesome. Thank you so much for tuning in and checking us out. New episodes are coming out every few days, including lots of conversations with massively successful coaches sharing their secrets with you. So be sure to subscribe to our podcast and YouTube channel so that you don't miss out. And if you're looking for a way to start making serious money from your coaching, you need to check out my free training. It's at williamwinterton.com. I lay out the step-by-step on how to start making 5 figures a month in the next 60 days. Check it out, williamwinterton.com. I'll see you next time.